Hi folks, thanks very much for tuning in to the Fire Blog. Welcome. Today what I wanted to talk about was making the most out of training. So often, I know I'm like this, we only have very limited time for training. I try and take what I'm doing as professionally as possible, but at the end of the day I don't earn enough money from beach volleyball to be playing day in, day out, twice a day. So when I do get down on the court and it's my time to train, I have to make sure that I make the most out of that time there on the sand. And I thought I'd share my methodology of trying to maximise the outcome from every session with you. So I've got five key steps here. Number one that we're going to talk about is setting goals. So before each season I set myself goals, before each training block I set myself goals, and then also coming into a training I try to make sure that I've got things that I would like to work on ongoing. So I've always got that objective. I'm not just going into the training to get reps or to get touches, it's always trying to improve something. And it might well be that I've got three things that I want to work on from that training, but if that's the case then I set one as my priority, one as a desirable, and then if both of those things I think actually I'm doing pretty well on those, I'm starting to get them, then I might add a third thing in as a second desirable. But really it's making sure that you have that key priorities, key goals to work on. Number two is mindset. This is something that I've taken away a lot from working with Louis Lett in London this year, and also the training in Australia I did over the off-season last year. It's talking about an approach to training where you're not getting overwrought, you're not getting overblown on everything you're doing. You're just trying to work through the process that you're carrying out. So it's not attaching too much importance to points when you are training. It's trying to make sure that you're working on what you want to be working on and allowing failure as part of that process. Doing it wrong is okay as long as you then know what you need to do it right. And so that's linked into this third one, which is process is better than outcome. If you focus all the time, if I'm saying I want to hit the ball to the sideline over there, then what might happen is that then I start sacrificing technique if all I'm thinking about is making sure that the ball goes there. Instead of that, I want to be focusing on the technique, the process behind that, to work on that process, improve it over time, okay, and then hopefully later on down the line I'll be able to hit that ball better there in the long run. So sometimes you have to go down to go back up, and it's that ability and allowing yourself to do that, to go down to come back up, which is quite a tough skill to learn, to allow yourself to fail in order to then hopefully in the long term get higher up in the to succeed more regularly and be more effective with what you're doing. Number four is turn up, and I'll add to that turn up on time. The biggest thing is you need to get down on the training courts, and it sounds obvious, but it's so, when it's like this outside, when it's cold, when it's wet, the training opportunities are there, go and use them. And I think another thing to add to that probably is making sure that when you do turn up, you're there mentally. I try and leave everything that's going on in the day off the court. When I'm there, all I'm thinking about is training, getting better, working through the things that we've identified in the goals, and really just prioritising during that hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is, making sure that I focus on getting better. That's all I'm thinking about during those 1.5 hours, 2 hours of training. Finally, the final tip here is that you review regularly. So review your progress, review how you're doing on your goals. Make sure that you're realistic with yourself. Have you met that, what you said you set out to do? Have you managed to meet that objective? Make sure that you take the positives with the negatives. You say, okay, I've done really well there, well done me. Okay, but in this aspect I haven't done as well, so I need to put that back in the goals again. So having that honest, regular review of your progress, I think is really important. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Lots more interesting stuff to come for the rest of December. See you all soon.